Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Sacred Tarot by Nicole. I'm very excited to have you here today for my pick a card reading for your niche. So this is for my fellow YouTubers. I've just noticed I've been in a lot of really wonderful Facebook groups, women YouTube creators that have been really inspiring and really amazing, and I've made quite a few connections lately, and I just want to kind of give back. And I do see this question asked quite often: what should my niche be? And I love how creative people get. Like, it's so amazing, but I really want today for the cards to speak. So what will your niche be? Is the theme of the pick a card reading today. So if you're not familiar with pick a card readings, how they work is you choose the pile you are most drawn to. So we have a pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. I have also placed crystals on top of the piles just in case you're more drawn to the crystals than you are the pile. So on pile number 1, we have milky or creamy quartz. Pile number 2, we have lapis lazuli. Pile number 3, we have tiger's eye. And pile number 4, we have rose quartz, raw rose quartz. Now, don't forget to look at the timestamp below, either in the description or in the comments, to see what pile is being read at what time. I will mention too, this is a general reading, so it's a fun little reading for your, picking your niche. You probably have an idea of where your YouTube video wants to go, but I think this is just a really neat idea maybe to open some stuff up for you, especially with what pile you pick. It could be really resonating with you, and it could really help you and inspire you to really pick a niche that you're really passionate about, that you're really fascinated about. I also have oracle cards that I'm going to be tying into each of the piles here. So I have Work Your Light oracle cards and Messages from the Mermaids. They're my favorite oracle cards to use. They're going to be messages coming through from spirit that'll give you an idea about what you want your niche to be, or maybe what niche you're attracted to, or if you're kind of confused about what niche you want to, what direction you want to go in with which niche. This can maybe give you an idea, maybe inspire you to pick one. All right, perfect. Now let's begin a reading to find out what your niche is. Ladies and gentlemen, here we have pile number 1 to see what your niche could be or will be or wants to be. All right, so I'm going to introduce the cards and pull them up so that you can see them closer, so I can bring them closer to the screen. So we have the Knight of Pentacles, which represents hard work. The Nine of Swords reversed. I do read reverse cards, and it doesn't always mean it's negative, but it can have a negative indication, or it means the opposite of what it would be upright. And the Nine of Swords here represents doubt and worry, and staying up at night anxiety. We have the Eight of Swords here, upright. Now this card is all about self-sabotage, feeling fenced in and blind to the truth. Now some good news for you, because that wasn't that great of news. The Hangman here is about transition, patience, meditation, waiting for the next move, being patient pretty much, but new perspective. So what I'm getting right away is that I feel like maybe you have been trying with a niche. You've been trying to succeed with the niche that you have, and it might be time to maybe think about a different niche, or to maybe discover like things about you that you might be really passionate about and really interested in. Now, what jumps out at me right away with the Knight of Pentacles is hard work, perseverance. So this could be along the lines of, like, a trending topic right now is organization, skills, cleaning, keeping your life organized, keeping, a lot of people they can't keep their life organized. So, or I shouldn't say that, but a lot of people have troubles with keeping to a schedule maybe, and organizing certain things in their life, and they need help with that, or they could be just too busy, and you are a very grounded person. I feel you're very grounded with the Hangman here. You're grounded, you've put roots into the earth, but you have some anxiety. I feel like maybe the confidence either lacks, or you feel worried about something. You're worried about the future, and it could be the finances, because Knight of Pentacles does indicate finances here. So this could also be another niche that you could be interested in is financials. So something about money, and if it's not that you're worried about it, maybe you were maybe at one point in a lot of debt, or you had a lot of financial problems, but you worked really hard to get out of it. So you can share that with people. You can share your strength and where you've gotten. So, but I want to bring up the Eight of Swords because this is the self-sabotage card. I feel like there's a lot of self-sabotage that you do with yourself, and that keeps you blocked. It keeps you in not the nicest state, and you should be maybe manifesting better and manifesting what you really desire instead of putting out into the world what you don't want with your anxiety and worry. So some things that are jumping out to me right now: hard work, organization, cleaning. I'm also seeing with the Knight of Pentacles, there could be something to do with agriculture, just throwing that out there, or gardening, because you do see fields in the back of that card. And then with the Hangman, because I brought up meditation, meditation could be a nice niche for you too, because you do have this way to ground, and this could help you with maybe some of the anxiety and some of the worry that you put on yourself. Some of the pressure that you put on yourself is so something that you're really passionate about could bring you to a state of being grounded again. And I feel like this is something maybe you really wanted to do, like YouTube channel is really exciting for you, but you're just putting too much pressure on you. I'm going to move on to the oracle cards here now. So we have Work Your Light. Shuffle these ones. And meditation too can be in the sense, like you could be talking about journaling. When you go back to college, there could be like a college show about, you know, the anxieties around college, like the Nine of Swords, staying up at night. It could also indicate maybe like a family show, like maybe even being like a mom and expressing like, okay, like that's a lot of niches. I'm throwing a little too much out there, but I'm picking up on some of that stuff, like with the Nine of Swords coming up like that. I feel like the Nine of Swords with the anxiety, worry, staying up at night, it's like you've been through something already, and it's your time to share and help people understand, to learn from maybe stuff that's happened in your life, and to grow from it and build strength from it. Okay. Boundaries. I like that. So there's some boundaries that you've had to put up in your life. I feel like you have created or gained immense strength from the boundaries that you have put up. And this could be a whole episode on its own, a whole episode, but tied in maybe with spirituality. I feel like there could be some spirituality there with the meditation. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? And I feel like you already have. I feel like you have, and that's maybe like an idea that you could use for a YouTube episode, or that's an idea that you can use for a YouTube video, is about boundaries, because I feel like you have had to create boundaries and set boundaries in your life because there's maybe been some stress or anxiety around certain things, that you've been able to really do that, and you could be teaching people or helping people along the way with their boundaries. Right, messages from the mermaids. So inner knowing, I feel like they're, again, with this, that card jumped right out of my hand. So inner knowing, so what's inside, I feel like you want to expose to the world, and you want to share your deepest passion and desires. So think about the thing that you love in the morning and that you love to do, that you crave to do every day, and something that you're really passionate about. So inner knowing, look within and look with what makes you happy and the videos that you like to make. And you know, it could be something as simple as cleaning, and cleaning does make people happy. I actually love cleaning. It's very therapeutic for me. My partner loves that. But there also could be, you know, it could be finances, because you got the pentacles there, or some kind of, you know, meditation, or like the school thing, like the college, like getting ready, getting over the anxieties. Those are just some of the things that were coming through. But stop self-sabotaging yourself, because you got to just do it. You got to just do what you love. And those, I hope that gave you some ideas of where your niche should go. And you know, this is I like this reading because it's something for you special for my fellow YouTubers. So that's all I have for you. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. All right, thank you. Okay, everyone, pile number 2 to see what your niche could be, or what your niche is, or what the direction of what your niche is going to go into. So right off the bat, I'm going to pull the card closer to the camera so you get a better look at it and introduce it at the same time. So Six of Pentacles is all about generosity. So Six of Pentacles upright. Generosity, giving kindly to others, being freely giving with your money, or you helping other people. And specifically with finances, but this could just indicate your friendships and your family, like you're very giving. So Six of Rods upright is all about being ready for action, being ready for the next battle, the next thing, like a mountain to get over, and you're ready, like you are ready for action, but you've already been wounded, so you've already like had to build strength in other ways and figure out how to do it. So it's like you've come from a hard place, but you're ready to take the next step. Six of Cups is nostalgic feeling, so thinking of the past. You got the 2 kids on the card there. So they're thinking nostalgically about a time when things were a little more simple and a little easier, and they could play in the garden and it was super nice. And then we also have the Page of Pentacles reversed. So when it's upright, so it doesn't always have a negative indication, but sometimes it does, or sometimes it's something that you're working on. And when it is reversed like this, it means kind of the opposite of what would be upright. So it would be practical thinking upright. And so she's a little bit unpractical in this card here. So she's being a little more rebellious, frivolously spending. And right away, I'm going to jump into the reading. So this card signifies that you could be like a stockbroker or like some kind of financial person that you like to take risks. You like to so you could start a stock channel, some kind of or have the opposite about like, well, you may have been too, generous with your money in the past, and so now you want to do maybe a show about saving your money and saving, because it can slip through your fingers so fast, and being generous. But this could also signify, because it is upright, and I like the fact that it's upright, it could mean that you could have a channel, something with volunteering. So volunteering your time, and just pretty much being a good person, and making time for relationships. So you could have a relationship or a friendship channel talking about relationships, and just the importance of giving yourself to people instead of take all the time. This could also indicate, sir, I want to jump actually the nostalgic feeling here. So Six of Cups, I was saying that the children were playing in the garden. This could indicate like a gardening show or being in nature, some kind of show about being in nature and being nostalgic. And it could also be, I want to say, because there's children on here, about children going back to school or homeschooling, or some kind of show about maybe children and like how to like raise your children. Helping like guides for parents. So maybe a show, like some videos about like the niche could surround helping other parents help parents, like that could be part of it. And then the Six of Rods is just being ready for action. So this could also be a niche that you could be interested in preparing for YouTube, preparing your videos, editing, being prepared, showing people how to even get subscribers. And there's a ton of those people out there, and we all watch them, and it helps us build community and helps us get to know how the YouTube world works. So this could be like a preparing for a YouTube channel. And this could also indicate I'm preparing for college, preparing to go back to work. That's a big one with COVID too. So preparing to go back into the workforce. And this is something just came to me. There's also preparing to be on your own. So there could be like a channel where a lot, maybe you had gone through a divorce, and so preparing to be self-sufficient again and independent. So there could be, there's lots of niches out there, and I think that's something that you are very good. You're very independent. and you are good with the finances, but in the sense, I feel like there could be some kind of risk-taking side to you that like really could be good. Like if you're in the stock market and talking about the stock market, that could be one. Anyways, I'm going to now, I feel like that gave you a good idea of some of your niches that are really popping out to me. I want to shuffle my oracle cards and give 2 more messages from Spirit here. So I got the Work Your Light deck here. So Imrama, I'm actually having trouble pronouncing that. Imrama. So Imrama, or it could be I'm Rama. Where you are being called to journey to. So this is cool because there's a lot of things coming through in your reading here. So with the tarot cards, I feel like a lot of stuff jumped out. So this is asking, where are you called to being journey? Like, where do you feel like you're being called to? If any of those things pop up to you, so finances, stock market, nostalgic feeling, like helping parents with their children, or gardening, being prepared, ready for YouTube. If anything, those are jumping out, or the debt thing, the helping people with finances. So if anything of the, like, is that something that you feel like your soul is being called to? That's a direct message there. What does your soul want? What is your soul craving? Now I have the messages from the mermaids. Magic. Now the way I want to tie this one is interesting because usually financial people are quite logical. And I feel like what's jumping out at me is that you're kind of a logical person, and if you're not resonating with that, if you're an emotional person, then I think that your higher self is calling to you here to really put magic into your videos. And magic in the sense of like not making them wacko or crazy or anything. It's making them magical, bright, maybe even funny. I feel like there's a sense of like magician coming out of this card here, out of the magic cards. So there could be, I feel like you could be interested in either finances or, you know, working with families with children or gardening. But I think with the magic card here, what's popping out to me is to put some humor into it. I feel like that's going to be, you know, part of your niche, is making those videos kind of funny. All right, that's all I have for you, pile number 2. If you like this reading, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. Thank you. All right, everyone, pile number 3 to see what your niche could be, or what your niche is, or maybe the direction your niche is going into. Okay. So I want to introduce the cards right away, and I'm going to pull them up to the screen so you get a better look at them. So we have the King of Swords upright. The King of Swords is all about being intellectual, logical, facing facts, and very driven with facts. A very, very strong figure. Kings are usually very, very strong people, and they're looked up to. Okay. Queen of Cups reversed. Now, when this cup is upright, it's usually like self-love, self-care, looking into the cup and taking care of oneself. Now when it's reversed, sorry, that's the puppy shaking in the background. So when it's reversed, you're out of sorts, you're not trusting yourself, you're not trusting your guides. And so that's something I want to touch on just in a minute. So Ace of Cups is all about new perspective, new beginning, and falling in love. It could also mean falling in love with yourself, or like, but it is a new beginning card. So this usually, I do read this card as a soulmate card, so we'll get back to that. And the Tower is sudden change, destruction, chaos around you. Okay, doesn't seem very positive there, but what I want to go on, this is a reading about your niche for your YouTube channel. So it's something special I want to do for YouTubers. Now the King of Swords here, logical and direct, and facing facts. I feel like you could be like a very, not that you're not emotional, but you keep emotions out of things. So I feel like you could be, again, there's not a financial card here because there's no pentacles, but because this card came up, there could be like some kind of financial channel that you are into, but it's not direct way maybe with finances. There's something interesting here, and I don't, and it's not, maybe not stock market, but there's something in this card that is telling me that you're very fact driven with something, and it could be checking facts, and this could be actually something along the lines of like, if you're very political, this could be like, your niche could be politics. So that just came to me. So but there is sometimes financial stuff in there that you talk about a lot. So Queen of Cups reversed. Now she's looking into the cup, and I think that this is a card that's showing me it's not negative in my mind right now. It's like she's looking at the cup, she's not trusting herself. What I think this is a self-growth channel that you may have. So something like, you could be looking for growth in certain areas, and you're helping people, and you're using your YouTube channel to reach people that are maybe in the same boat as you. And it could be like confidence too, like looking at your reflection. You could also be you could have just one video on this about confidence on camera, so you could help people a lot with their confidence in talking to a camera and just being in the public eye. So there could be something there that I feel, but I feel like you're a little hesitant on that because you feel like you haven't quite been confident in maybe the niche you've been working with. So you're trying to figure out that avenue, and this could maybe not have been working for you, but maybe including something. And that's why I want to get into these here. So Ace of Cups. Right away, what I was picking up when I first laid down this card was food and wine. So you could have a food channel, you could have wine. And this is a thing that not everybody has like one niche. They could have like several niches within their channel. So, but I think food and wine is a big one for you. I feel like you're really drawn to that, and especially wine, because we have the cup there, the chalice. And there could also be some kind of relationship thing that you are very drawn to. So you could be in a relationship yourself and maybe incorporating a little bit of that in your channel if your partner is interested in that. So you could touch on relationships as well. There's also water in the background. So I don't want to say travel necessarily, but I want to say you're very drawn to water, and there could be some kind of type of water that come into your videos, like lakes and rivers. Like you could not necessarily travel, but you could have, like, even on your Instagram, a lot of photos of beautiful places. Like you really love to check out beautiful places. So this could also be another, like hiking, running, nature, something in that aspect of your niche. So something that you're very passionate about. And I feel like there's a lot of passion in that card coming out at me. The Tower. Now, this is an interesting one because it's usually kind of a negative card when I do it, when it's in like a reading. And I know this is a reading, but it's for the reading we're doing right now, like figuring out what your niche could be. What's jumping out at me at this card, I'm not reading it as negative. It's something that, like, you may have had chaos or turmoil in your past, and you want to help people with that. So there could be some kind of like therapy or psychology part of your life that you want to share with people about growing. So there could be like spiritual awakenings. There could be some kind of spirituality channel that you're interested in. And with the sudden change, it could indicate that you may know a lot about grief, and so that you do grief counseling. Maybe you have a channel dedicated to grief, and if you know a lot about that, maybe you've had a lot of people pass away in your life, or you just have training in grief counseling. And this is something good that really nice that you can share with people. So the things that were really jumping out to me was the finance, but a political channel. The Queen of Cups. Now, not trusting yourself, that I don't really like that. I feel like you're almost on the other side. Like you do teach people about confidence and building confidence, but do you feel confident yourself? And that's just something to question, maybe if it is part of your niche. Ace of Cups, food and wine, really jumping out at me. Same with the water thing and being in nature and possibly being out, like having a channel where something where you're outside. And the Tower, you could be really helpful with people, maybe helping people through traumatic experiences. And it's just something to think about. You know, I just wanted to do this fun little YouTube channel for my fellow YouTubers to see what the cards say. You know, the cards might give you an idea of what you want your niche, where you want your niche to go, and it could really inspire you. So who knows? Anyways, I'm going to pull 2 more cards from my Oracle deck. So I have Work Your Light here. So don't dim your light to fit in. I feel like you may have a channel right now that you are dimming your light. So the Queen of Cups coming up like that, I feel like this is just, these are 2 things that it's just maybe not working for you. Like it's maybe something that you really like and you're good at, but is it really something that you're passionate about? So how are you dimming your light to fitting in? And again, this could be also that you're very focused on the subs, like the sort of the subscriber count and the view count, and then you're not focusing on what you really love to do, which is inspiring people and inspiring people with what you love. So the things that you really love. And I feel like things that are jumping out to me with the King of Swords, like if you like politics but you're really scared to talk about them, because it is a scary time. Like I get it, but if you're passionate about it, you can start light and just being careful with your words and being careful about what you say, because you don't, if you are sensitive like I am, like I feel like the Queen of Cups there's a lot of sensitivity, or you're just you're trying to cut yourself off from those feelings and you may get overwhelmed in this, but you know, I feel like you might be dimming your light a little bit to fit in with the status quo, and it might go against what you really desire to be. Anyways, I'm going to leave it at that. I want to get one more message here from the spirit guides, messages from the mermaids. So, contemplation. I think that's, you're probably going to be either changing your niche or going in a different direction soon. And contemplation, you're contemplating doing it, and you want to make sure that it's the right way, and make sure you feel it, make sure that the passion's in there. And if it's a subject that you're worried that might be a little bit risky with your emotions, and if you're not ready for it, you're not ready for it. But take this contemplation, take the time. YouTube's not going anywhere right now. So I think that it's time to just think about what may be dimming your light. And you got there's a lot of cool things in there. I feel like you are a very unique individual, and you've had a lot of experiences, and you have a lot of experiences to share with the world. So sit, contemplate for now. And that's all I have for you. That's pile number 3. Thank you very much for following. If you like this reading, give me a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. Thank you. All right, pile number 4, to see what your niche is, or maybe the direction your niche is going in, what it could be. Okay, so I'm going to start by introducing the cards and then bringing them closer to the camera so that you get a better look at them. So we have the Queen of Rods upright. So the Queen of Rods is a very charismatic, beautiful woman. She's the lover of animals. She nurtures. She takes care of people. She takes care of her family. She takes care of children. She really is like that mother-like figure that you can think of. And the King of Pentacles is quite opposite. So here we have the King of Pentacles. He's like a financial advisor, and he's very he's not emotional, and he kind of just feels like he deals with numbers, and he deals with logic based on facts. He's a lot like the King of Swords, actually. So King of Pentacles, but he has a lot to do with finances here. 7 of Cups. So 7 of Cups is all about flights of fancy, having too much choice, kind of having this like attitude towards life. Well, no, I'll do it tomorrow. Not necessarily being lazy, but like putting things off, procrastinating because you're like, oh, well, I got a lot. You're a dreamer. You're a dreamer. Okay. And then we have the Two of Pentacles here, upright as well. And the Two of Pentacles is balance, balancing stuff. So balancing work, love, play. So right away, some things that are jumping out at me, which is really cool. First of all, you have no reverse card. So I feel like you have a lot of great ideas in your head and you're not struggling with any of them. So the niches. So Queen of Rods, animals. Having a channel dedicated to animals, maybe looking after animals, dog rescue, cat rescue, any kind of animals that you can think of, and helping people, maybe training their dogs, training their cats, maybe, having experiences with having rabbits and stuff like that, or having fish even. She's also a very charismatic leader in the sense of like nurturing. So you could also be interested in like, childcare or helping people with day-to-day things that need to be done in the household, or she's a nurturer at home. So this is something like she's a homebody. And it's funny because right into the next one, the King of Pentacles is the worker. And I sometimes hate this because these cards are very gender specific and we're gender fluid here. It doesn't mean because you're a woman you got to stay home and work, and you're a man you go to work. It's unfortunately that's the picture that's on the card, but it doesn't always mean that. They can signify with both sexes. Okay, and then so the King of Pentacles, he's the financial advisor on this photo, but again, doesn't mean that I'm talking to a male right now. Now, the King of Pentacles is all about financial investment, so that you could have some kind of stock channel as well. I said this a few times in my readings, but when the pentacles come up, that's what I see. It's like it could be really something that you're really, really interested in. So stocks, financial planning, planning for your future, helping people that have gone into debt, or just saving for college, and you could be young and you could be helping other young people save for their future, and just cleaning up debt. That's another one there. And that's a really popular thing right now because a lot of people realize that, especially with a lot of people that have had a lot of job loss, people have had job loss recently, and I feel like that's important for people to be looking at and to be seeking out. And if you know a lot about it, if you're very educated and you have a lot of experience with cleaning up debt or financial planning, then that's not something important. But also if it's something that you're passionate about. And again, like I said in another reading, not everybody has just one niche. So you could have one video on that and then have another video on, say, taking care of your pets. So I want to jump to the Seven of Cups, which actually, what I was just saying, I don't think you're meant to have just one niche. I think you're meant to have a lot. So having all these options, you can see the wizard, and he's looking in all his cups and all the things that he's interested in. So I feel like you're very fascinated in a lot of things. Like you have many passions, many things that make you, happy and excited about life. So like I want to put, for example, here, we have the castle, we have stars, we have an octopus, we have rainbows, we have a dragon. I think there's a crown in there and a fairy. So there's all kinds of things that we could be talking about here. And cups do signify sometimes love. So you could have like a relationship channel. So you could talk about your relationship one day, then finances the next, kids the next, and then taking care of your pets. And I do want to say, I want to jump to this one, actually, Two of Pentacles, because there could be a travel bug that you have. So you could be, I know we can't travel outside the country right now, but you could have this travel bug that you like to go check out new things, so new experiences, and you could, that could be part of your channel. So I feel like you are part of that category of having a lot of niches. So some of the niches is like travel, family life, animals, being a woman or being a man, like and not, talking about our societal roles. Like you can even get political about it. I feel like, it could be a sensitive subject for some, but just, I think you yourself, what I'm getting here, messages I'm getting is that you have a lot of things going for you. You have a very, very diverse life and you've had lots of experiences, and they're here balancing everything is actually can be quite challenging, but you've somehow figured it out, and to help people with that and teach people how to do that. So I feel like the lifestyle niche is jumping out like crazy here, and I feel like you have a ton of experience in many different things, and you could bring it all together and have a very unique, very creative channel. I want to go back to the cups because I see food and wine as well, and housing, so housing market, real estate agent. There could be stuff like that coming out. There's a ship in the background of the Two of Pentacles, so there could be like something with boats too, being on the water, being on rivers or being on lakes, and being an adventurer. And yeah, that's what I'm seeing with something. But I want to take my oracle decks here to see if there's I want to see if there's more messages from the spirit guides coming through. Sorry, something I just realized. 7 of Cups, spirituality. I'm just going to say that, and I'm going to leave it at that. Just saying. That's just coming through just now, without even drawing a card. And this is interesting. So awakening. So spiritual awakening. Energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. You have a lot of things to talk about. You have an awakening. You are very aware. You're very awake. And I feel like you've woken up into this state of awareness and about how many skills and how many things that you can put out into the world. So I definitely see lifestyle niche. And you know, my other readings, I didn't really get very specific. I did a couple other, like quite a few things came out, but this one I'm specifying a little bit more here. If you're just a financial YouTuber, that makes sense as well, or if that's the direction that you want to go into, that's what you should be focusing on, because that is what's really coming through for me. But again, this is a fun little reading for the YouTubers. I really wanted to do something kind of fun for my fellow YouTubers, because sometimes we get so focused on like success, and it's fun to just do these little readings for, and see what the cards say, see what the cards comes through on the cards. Okay, and then I want to get one more message from the spirit guides, from my messages from the mermaids. Blessings. You're a very blessed person, and you should share that with the world. So share your blessings. You have a lot to give. You have a lot to offer. All right, that's all I have for you. Pile number 4. Thank you so much for following, and give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.